Hey everybody, I'm here today with a hill parking driving lesson. In this video, I'll be going over some various situations that you can be in when you're parking your car on a hill. I'll go over uphill and downhill, both with a curb and without a curb. Now let's get right to it. I'll be telling you exactly what to do and which way you should be turning your steering wheel and why you should be doing that. Now let's get right to it. Let's say I was driving and I wanted to park uphill with a curb. Now, for all of these examples, I'll be assuming that the curb is on the right, because where I live, I drive on the right side of the road, so I would be parking on the right side of the road with the curb directly to the right of the car. So let's say I was, once again, pulling over on an uphill slope with the curb. So uphill with the curb to the right of my car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pull over close to the curb. Then I'm going to put the car in neutral, okay? While I'm at a, with my foot on the brake, I'm at a complete stop. Put the car in neutral, and I'm going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Okay, then I'm going to release the brake, and what's going to happen is my front wheels are going to go ahead and roll back, and they're going to lock up with the curb. So the curb is going to act as like a parking stop, because I'll be rolling backwards because I'm on an uphill slope. When they touch the curb, I can then put the car in park or put it in a forward gear and obviously apply the parking brake, and I'm good to go. I've pulled over on an uphill with a curb. Once again, steering wheel goes all the way to the left, because when I roll back, I want those front wheels to lock up with that curb right there, just like that. The front wheels are going to go like this, and they're going to hit the curb, okay? If this was the curb right here, the front wheels are turned to the left. They're going to roll back and lock up with the curb, okay? So let's reset right over here. Next, I'm going to go over downhill with the curb, okay? So let's say, once again, I'm pulling over close to the curb, and I'm on a downhill slope. Okay, I'm going to put the car in neutral. I'm going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the right this time. And I'm going to release the brake, and the car's going to roll towards the curb, okay? The front wheels are once again going to go and hit the curb. They're going to sort of stop right at the curb. And at that point, I can put the car in park or in a forward gear, or any gear for that matter, and pull the parking brake. Okay, put it in the gear of your choice and pull the parking brake. Now that's because, once again, if this is the curb to the right of the car and I'm on a downhill slope, the wheels are going to be rolling like this. They're turned to the right, so they're going to roll. The front wheels are going to roll, and they're going to lock up with the curb, okay? That's going to act as my parking stop. Let's reset. Now we're going to go over the options for without a curb. So let's say you're pulled over towards the right side of the road, just as I said before for these examples, and you're parked uphill without a curb. So I'm on an uphill slope without a curb, okay? What you're going to do is you're not going to put the car in neutral and let it roll, because there's no curb, okay? So you're going to pull over close to the side of the road, okay, uphill. You're going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the right, and you're going to put the car in park or a gear and pull the parking brake, and then you're good to go. Now this is because there's no curb. Let's say your parking brake and all that stuff fails and your car starts to roll. Because your wheels are turned to the right, what's going to happen is if you roll backwards, because you're on an uphill slope, if you roll backwards, your car is going to basically roll like this. It's going to roll off the traffic. It's going to roll away from the traffic. Your wheels are turned to the right. If you roll backwards because you're on an uphill, you're going to roll away from the traffic, okay? Next and last on the list is a downhill slope without a curb. Once again, let's reset. Let's say I'm driving and I pull over to the side of the road towards the right side. There's no curb. You're not going to put the car in neutral and let it roll, because you're going to roll right off the road, because there's no curb to lock into. What you are going to do, though, is make sure that after you put the car in park or gear and you pull the parking brake, you turn the wheel all the way to the right again. And that's because if your parking brake fails and all of that stuff fail, and your car starts to roll, if your wheels are turned to the right and you're on a downhill slope, meaning you're going to roll forward, you're going to basically roll towards the right, away from traffic. And that's basically it. There's a quick and easy way to remember it, okay? Basically, the only time that you're going to turn your steering wheel to the left is when you are parked uphill with a curb. And that's because when you turn your steering wheel to the left, if you roll back, your front wheels are obviously locked up. They're going to lock up against the curb. So that's the only time that you're going to turn your steering wheel to the left, okay? Basically, uphill with a curb is to the left, okay? Then downhill with a curb is to the right, uphill without a curb is to the right, downhill without a curb is to the right. It's as simple as that. And once again, all of these examples are assuming that the curb is on the right side of the car and that you're sort of pulling over to the right side of the road. And it's as simple as that. That's a simple hill parking driving lesson. I've told you what to do and an easy way to remember it. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know down below. Was this helpful for you? Let me know as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.